Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2 in this series between PK and Th000. PK spawning as the red Night Elf player here at the 5 o'clock position. Meanwhile, across the way we have Th000, this time randoming Undead. Undead versus Night Elf here on Turtle Rock, as we are already seeing an Ancient of War come into play. And we should begin to start we should start to see the Demon Hunter come out here with that Ancient of War, a single archer making its way out. Now, I am curious as to when PK is going to start sending out a Wisp to figure out where his opponent is, and more importantly, what his opponent is. One of the biggest drawbacks in a random matchup is you don't know what build you're going to be going up against. And if it is against human, if it's against Night Elf, Orc, or even a mirror match, what you do is bound to change. So this is one of those advantages that random players have. The difficulty, though, is that not only do you need to study 4 matchups, you need to study 16. So this is one of those things where only the best of the best can do, and Th000 has proven himself to be one of the best. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Tree of Life still training up more Wisp here. We are going to be going into a Demon Hunter versus, I believe, a Death Knight. I would be surprised if it was anything except a Death Knight, as we already see the Tomb of Relics coming down. Ghouls will be brought into play, and ghouls are relatively strong against those early archers. Also, the Death Knight is able to lead that army pretty quickly, and I would say that Th000 probably has an advantage in this matchup with those early ghouls, and the fact that PK just now figures out what his opponent is. He's not going to be able to transition away from archers fast enough, and he's going to have to try and harass with this Demon Hunter much more. A lot of the time, or what we saw in game number 1, we saw a quick Druids of the Talon with not that many archers. Now PK is going to be in a bit of problem because he doesn't have any real tier 2 or tier 1 options short of hunts. And then once you go hunts, all your opponent needs to do is Crypt Fiends anyways. Those ghouls generally do end up countering, as you see the Death Knight picking up a Cloak of Shadows. Not altogether that useful, as we now have a mana burn down on that Death Knight. Alright, are we going to see a Death Coil onto a unit? Let's take a look. Skeletal Minion gets taken down. Demon Hunter gets a little bit more experience as some items quickly sold, including the Scroll of Town Portal, Rod of Necromancy, Dust of Appearance, and I believe the Death Knight is going to try and get to level 2 as quickly as possible in order to use that Unholy Aura. Unholy Aura Ghoul is a very common strategy, and I'm kind of surprised that we don't actually see that right now. Alright, Demon Hunter going to come in. Are we going to see an engagement here? You can see the ghouls just getting in easy damage there, as the Death Knight now just going to lead the rest of his army back, and it looked like for a moment there was formation movement as opposed to non-formation movement. Death Knight going to pick up perhaps a Boots of Speed, Staff of Teleportation. I'm not quite sure what the time is. And there you go. There is a quick Death Coil mana burn for 27 mana, and both sides are still fighting there. Death Knight picks up the Boots of Speed, now going after some units, and now will be forced to come all the way back, as the archers are actually having a very easy time. Meanwhile, the ghouls find a very open Night Elf base. There are absolutely no real easy way to try and protect all of these Wisps here. And here on Turtle Rock, these Wisps are extremely exposed, meaning that if these Wisps are to stay alive, they're either going to drain Moonwell juice, which is very beneficial for Th000, or they're going to die, which is also very beneficial for Th000. Alright, low hit point Ghoul, going to get taken down. Unholy Aura needs to be grabbed, and there it is. And with Unholy Aura now, all of a sudden, things can change relatively quickly. Alright, low hit point Ancient of War, or rather Ancient of War taking a lot of damage. This could be very bad news, as we see a quick mana burn now go down again. Demon Hunter in a bit of trouble, could end up getting surrounded, as the low hit point Ghoul survives at 25 hit points. The Ghoul doing a very good job being microed away from that Ancient of War, as the Ancient of War would just kill it in one blow. Hunter's Hall now going to get taken down. Quick detonation onto all of those skeletal minions, means that that Demon Hunter is getting closer to level 2, but it may not matter as the Death Knight is pretty much using that Unholy Aura very effectively. All right, let's take a look at some of that damage. That low hit point Ghoul may be backing away here in just a moment. Death Knight able to save that low hit point Ghoul. As you see, those Ghouls are just going to regenerate their hit points on Blight relatively quickly, and with that regeneration, perhaps be able to come back in with a vengeance. Archers now making their way in as well. Archers do have faster regeneration at night, or Night Elf units have faster regeneration at night, which will definitely benefit them. A Naga Sea Witch being grabbed in order to try and stop this very strong attack. Meanwhile, a couple of archers are shadow melded here. We are at Tree of Ages, and a lot of Wisp are currently being trained as there is a severe shortage on lumber. Death Knight going after the Forest Trolls here, getting some easy kills. The Death Knight still using that Unholy Aura to move around the map with pretty much ease there, as the Death Knight is stealing experience away from that Night Elf Naga Sea Witch, or the Night Elves Naga Sea Witch. Death Knight now picks up a Claws of Attack +6. Very nice item here. Archer is going to try to join in on this fight. Not going to be very helpful at all, as they get a couple of easy shots, but the Naga Sea Witch without Boots of Speed is not going to be able to slither up to catch any of those fleeing units. So far, you can see the regeneration, how much of an impact it has here. We see 4 pretty much fresh Ghouls nearby, as the Death Knight is going to drop off 2 and pick up 4 to increase his army strength. All right, there we have it. Oh, nope, it picks up 3. So drops off 2 and picks up 3, which is still going to be very helpful here. Death Knight opting to try and take down this giant sea turtle creep camp. This is very risky, but he must have a sense of where his opponent is, as the Death Knight sitting at level 2. All right, Naga Sea Witch. Here we go, or Naga Sea Witch now countered by a Lich here. You can see the Ghouls are going after the giant sea turtle and the 2 giant sea turtles on the wings. All right, let's take a look at this. I believe the Death Knight is taking a fair bit of damage, a bit of backing off here, as this low hit point Ghoul now backs off. Skeletal minions now taking damage, and beautiful micro from Th000 to make sure he is minimizing his losses and only losing summoned units. Meanwhile, back over here, the Demon Hunter using an Ancient of War to try and tank a lot of that damage should come out in a very good spot. The only downside for him is the fact that, well, the Death Knight is going to end up getting the kill here. If the Death Knight ends up getting the kills here, this would be extremely bad news, and a huge hero nuke onto an unsuspecting Demon Hunter. He commits seppuku at the end with that glaive, but we all knew he was pretty much gone to begin with. All right, Lich with the Claws of Attack +6. Death Knight sitting with the Wand of Mana Stealing and still trying to take down units here, as the Dryad now being forced to pull back. Obsidian Statue joining in on the fight, and with that, I think things are pretty much going to be over. It's going to be too difficult to try and take down any of the units here. Level 2 on the Lich, level 3 on the Death Knight, as the giant sea turtle going to get cleared out very quickly. Naga Sea Witch tries to come in for the kill, is not successful, and we are now looking to see where the Death Knight will be traveling to next. We are at Black Citadel. We are going for destroyers, and we have a lot more Ghouls in play as well. Lich nearby, Orb of Corruption on the Lich, +11 attack. Very deadly Lich, as that will give -5 armor. Naga Sea Witch on the move, on the run, gets Frost Nova'd, and there is the surround once more. Not having Boots of Speed on a Naga Sea Witch means that they cannot run away, and Th000 easily takes game number 2 and the series. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 2 and the series between PK and Th000.